Charlie's Kitchen is brought to you by all these local companies. Is that okay, Dad?
That's fine, Grace. Thank you. Hi, I'm Charlie from Charlie's Kitchen, the kitchen that doesn't have a cook or a chef. This week we have Lia come to cook for us. She has given us her recipe. I'm going shopping. I'll see you when I get back. This looks pretty good. I'm going to enjoy this. We're back from shopping and we've got all our ingredients, and here today we've got Lia. Lia, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure having you here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, it's taken ages because you've got such a busy schedule. It's taken ages to get you here.
Yeah.
Tell everyone something about yourself.
I work full time for a swimwear label, and I do part-time modelling, and I enjoy keeping fit, exercising and shopping.
Okay, that's great. You were also a contestant in Miss Universe for WA, weren't you?
Correct.
Yeah, how'd you go in there?
Yeah, I came in 2010. I came third runner-up for the Miss
she
Australia.
came first. She came first for me. Okay, that's.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
You're being biased.
Oh yes, I am. And I believe you can cook, and that's why you're here.
Apparently so.
Yes.
I hope I can.
So what are you going to do for us? You're going to make our dessert first?
Yeah, I'm going to make the dessert first because
Okay.
it's got to cool down and it'll take a while.
Okay, so we'll do that first.
It's my favourite dessert.
And what's this one called?
Well, I just named it the apple slice.
Oh, the apple slice. The apple slice by Lia.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't take very long at all to make, probably about 15 minutes, and it tastes amazing.
Okay, so let's start. What's first?
Well, you just got to mix the first three ingredients together. So we've got a packet of vanilla cake mix.
Okay, and that's this one here.
Yes.
Okay.
We've got butter, which we've got to melt, and we've also got a cup of coconut and a can or a packet of sour cream.
Okay.
So first we mix the coconut, the vanilla mix, as well as the melted butter together. So I'll just melt the butter.
Okay. There you go, melted butter.
Thank you.
Okay, put that. I'm ready. What's next?
So first of all,
I'm eager, let's go.
we mix the vanilla cake mix.
Okay.
We mix that with the 1 cup of coconut.
Okay, so put that in. I'll do all the mixing for you, okay?
No worries. As well as the butter.
Okay. Yeah, splash everybody. Okay, so just mix that up.
And you just mix that through first with the spoon, and then once it gets really thick, I use my fingers.
Okay.
Before this all takes place, you of course got to preheat the oven to 175.
Okay, I'll get that ready for you.
Thank you. You just don't want any dry bits.
Yeah.
So once it's mixed through, I tend to use my hands to finalise everything.
Okay, no worries. It's good having an extra pair of hands in the kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so much easier doing it with 2 people, and it's more fun as well.
Yeah.
So that becomes the base of the slice.
Okay.
And you just place it into the dish that we have.
Okay.
So you just pour it in.
Okay.
And you line it nice and flat and compressed with your fingers. And push it really tight into the corners.
So with the butter, it all binds together.
Yes.
Okay. It's a dry texture. It's not super wet.
No.
No, and it's a bit crumbly.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. Okay.
And when it's finished as well, it's crunchy. So
Okay.
it's kind of like a biscuit base, I guess.
So that's simple so far.
So simple.
Okay.
This, once we are complete with compressing it, we just put it in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes.
All right.
That's ready.
And that's ready.
Yep.
So this now is in the oven?
Mhm.
So what's next?
So in the meantime, while that's cooking, you
Yes.
just combine the apple with the sour cream. Don't mash it because the apple will become really...
Oh, you want it chunky?
I want it chunky.
Okay.
Yeah, it tastes
That's
better.
it. Yeah, I'll hold that for you. There you go.
All right.
That's it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, just so all the apple is coated with the sour cream.
I'm going to enjoy this. It's looking good so far.
You can use full cream or you can use light sour cream as well.
It's whatever you prefer then.
Yes, depends how healthy you want to be. So that's all you do.
Now to get this recipe, you know where we have to go? You go to
Charlie's Kitchen.
charlieskitchen.com.au.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
It's where you'll find the recipes
Yep.
for the whole day today.
So that's ready to go.
Yep.
All we have to do now is wait for the base to get ready.
Yeah. And then you pour that on top
Simple.
and then put it back in for 15
Okay,
minutes.
we'll check and see how it's going. Okay. There you go.
So after the mixture is baked for 10 to 15 minutes, all you do now is place the apple and sour cream on top.
Very simple.
So simple. And spread it out evenly. Make sure you get it right into the corners.
So far it looks, even I can do this.
Yeah.
It's not difficult at all. Leah, where'd you get the recipe from?
Actually, a lady brought it into work
Oh, did
and
she?
I asked her for the recipe because she explained how easy it was to make. And
You didn't steal it off her, did you?
I stole it when she wasn't looking. And,
No,
and
she
then
gave it to you. Okay. All right.
And then once you've done that, you just sprinkle some cinnamon on top. So
I'll let you do this because
Oh.
I'm heavy-handed.
I was about to handball that one to you.
Oh,
but-
Okay.
Okay, so
I'll do that for you. It's coming. Oh, there it is.
there it is. You can put as much or as less as you want. It's just a bit of decoration, a bit more flavour.
Yep. I like cinnamon.
Yeah, me
great.
too.
Hang on. Okay.
And then all you do is place the dish back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, let's put it in. So while that happens, we're going to go to a break. We'll see you when we get back. Hey Leah, you want to make me a coffee? I'll make you a coffee.
Okay.
Either way, it doesn't matter. We're going to make a coffee. See you after. Okay, is that enough?
Yeah, but you can buy the pre-crumbed feta.
Nah, we'll crumb it. Welcome back, everybody. Leah's got me.
Crumbing.
What am I doing? I'm crumbing the feathers here.
Yeah, making it as fine as
Okay.
possible.
And what are we making?
We are making a beetroot and spinach tart.
Yes.
It's really simple to make. You've basically got 4 ingredients. You've got your puff pastry, your beetroot, your feta, which is being currently crumbed, and your spinach, which was originally frozen and it's been thawed.
And we've got to take all the water out of it.
You've got to take the water out of it,
You've got to
yeah.
Squeeze the guts out of it.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next process is while Charlie's crumbing the feta
Yes.
and potentially slicing up
Slicing
the
the beetroot,
beetroot
yes.
really thinly, I will prepare the pastry. So I want to be cutting this pastry into 4 squares. So it's really easy to do.
Yes. So that's quite simple so far.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
So once I've done that, I'll just be folding the edges over, not too big, but nice and small, just to make a nice pretty border. You don't have to cut the pastry into 4 squares. You can actually just do 2 halves, so long
Depends on what
rectangles.
size you want to make it.
Depends how big you want your entree to be.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's mine then.
Well, you don't even have to cut it if you don't want to.
Should be about a cup. Now we're going to do the beetroot.
So depending how much beetroot you want to put on as your topping would be how many slices you cut, but yeah, I love beetroot.
How's that, Leah? Is that fine enough for you?
That is perfect.
This beetroot I grew in my backyard.
Did you really?
No, I didn't.
You know, I heard the other day that beetroot comes in other colours. Is that true?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised.
You can get beetroot in other colours. Charlie, I think the dessert's ready.
Okay. Do I have to go get it out?
Yes. So the dish will then sit on the bench to cool.
Okay.
Try not to take the slice out of the dish until it's completely cool because the base can tend to crumb and fall apart.
That smells great, Leah.
Yeah,
It's almost ready. Can I have some hot?
No, you can't. You have to be patient.
Okay then. So what are we doing now?
So I folded all the edges over and
Yes.
now I've just got to prick the pastry just so when we put it in the oven to cook, it doesn't rise too high.
Yeah. So this is now ready for the oven?
Yes. So what I will be doing once I've finished pricking the pastry is placing another line of baking paper over the top, and then I'll be placing another tray on top of that to cook for 10 minutes. The reason why I've suggested to put another line of baking paper is just to stop the pastry from sticking to the tray that we're going to be placing on top.
Okay.
So all you'll be doing is that and placing the tray on top. Now this goes into the oven for 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, while that cooks, I have some cheese to eat. No, okay.
So while the pastry is cooking for 10 minutes, we're going to be placing a half a cup of the crumbed feta cheese in with the spinach.
Okay.
Perfect. And then just mix it through with your fingers just to make it all join together.
Oh, here's a little bit more.
The remainder of the feta cheese will be used as the topping once we place the beetroot, so you can put a bit more if you want into the bowl.
Okay. There you
Yeah,
go.
thank you very much.
We've got spare, that's fine.
Great. That's that. And basically that comes out. You place this on all four, then you put the slices of beetroot, coat it with a little bit of cheese and put it back in the oven.
Simple. Okay. It's nice and warm. Oh, and I'll take that off for you.
Thank you.
Because it is hot.
Perfect.
Oh, look at that.
So what we do now is the spinach and feta mixture, which I combined before. We just add that to each one.
Oh, you got to put more on mine.
Oh, I'll put more on you.
No, on mine.
Which one is yours?
No, they're all
bigger
good.
one?
They all look good. They all look good. This is simple cooking, isn't it?
Oh, it's so simple. Especially with a busy lifestyle, this is one of the easier dishes to make, and it's really quick and simple, and it's very tasty as well.
All right.
And so once you've done that, you just add in, as little or as more as you like of the beetroot slices. So you just randomly
On the top.
on the top. Kind of looks like a pizza.
Mini pizzas. Your hands are gone all red.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
And the one there.
Mhm.
Is that enough?
Wherever you want, yeah.
Okay.
And then once you've done that, you just sprinkle more cheese.
Okay.
Just on the top, just a little bit.
Yeah. This one can be mine. It's a bit much, don't you reckon?
I reckon it looks better sprinkled.
Yes, it does.
And then
Okay.
from here, you just put it back in the oven for 10 minutes and then it's done.
Okay, we'll let that cook.
Yeah.
And we'll be back after the break. No coffee this time, we've already had one.
Maybe water.
Okay, that'll do too. Welcome back, everybody. Now, Leah's got me cleaning up all her lamb chops here. So what I did is I've got a full rack of lamb. Yep. I've taken off the bark, which is all the fat, and I've trimmed them all up, and you get some nice lamb French cutlets. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful?
They look beautiful, nice and lean.
Now, this is for our next dish, which is pine nuts, crumbed honey.
Yeah, it's the pine nut and honey crumbed lamb cutlets.
Okay.
Accompanied with roasted cauliflower.
There you go. Look at that. Okay. Great. Oh yeah. Okay. Next is our collie. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you want me to do this for you?
Well, we're going to be cutting it up into little flowerets.
Okay.
Not too big.
It's too big?
Not too big, about a third of that size.
All right. So who's this recipe off? This is your mum's recipe?
This is something my mum uses a lot at home to accompany a lot of meat dishes.
Oh, okay.
I love it. It's done with garlic and lemon and then baked in the oven. And it's just got a really good flavour.
And it's got pine nuts and honey on it.
No, that's the lamb.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking of the pine nuts and honey. A little bit extra. Put that aside for Ron. Okay, what's next?
So we want the juice from half a lemon.
Okay.
And we want the minced garlic from about 3 cloves, and that's the perfect size as well.
So these are large ones? Yep.
Perfect size.
So it's half a lemon?
Yes. Half a lemon.
Okay. There you go.
So we've got half a lemon juice. We'll be mixing that with the minced garlic, some olive oil. You may want to add some more salt and pepper at the end to garnish.
Oh, strong, isn't it strong?
You can smell it.
There you go.
We mix that together with a teaspoon.
There you go.
Just combine everything together and just pour it over the cauliflower. And then I'll just toss that together. And I'd probably just leave this to soak in this dressing for a while before you actually place it into the baking dish and cook for 30 minutes. So that's done for now. Well, so to make the pine nut and honey crumb that goes on top of the lamb, we need to first melt the butter and honey together. The honey is what makes it really sweet. Smells so good, the honey and butter mixed together. Now that the butter and honey has melted together, you just add in the pine nuts and the thyme.
Thyme?
Yep. And you just combine that together and turn the heat off. This will now be added to the 2 cups of breadcrumbs to make the mixture.
Done. That's very simple.
Very simple.
I'm liking this. I'm going to mix it in here, are we?
Yes, so now this mixture gets poured into the 2 cups of breadcrumbs.
Thank you.
And we just stir that in. Once you've combined it all, it's then probably best to use your hands, but I'll just stir it for now with this utensil.
Again, if you want the recipe, just go to www.charlieskitchen.com.au. Look under Leah, she's there. Leah's pine nut and honey crumbed cutlets. Actually, it's mixed quite nicely, hasn't it?
Yes. Sometimes if you have more than 2 cups of breadcrumbs, then you need more butter and honey, just so it makes that really squishy texture. But I can use my hands now. And that's that.
Okay.
So the next step is to put the lamb onto the baking dish.
Okay. That 1, 2, 3. Why am I counting?
Just to make sure there's enough to feed us all.
There's plenty for me.
And the next step is with a spoon, I will scoop up the mixture
Yeah.
and place it individually onto each
What, each
cutlet.
chop, each cutlet, yeah? Just do a little spoonful on top of each one.
Yeah, that's all you do, and then it goes into the oven for about half an hour. With this mixture, depending what kind of breadcrumbs you use, if you do use the dry breadcrumbs, you may need to add some extra moisture such as olive oil, but it works best if you use fresh bread and then put it in the blender to make the fresh breadcrumbs extra generous with the crumbs.
Done.
Done.
And this goes in the oven, right?
And this goes in the oven.
And do they go in with the collies at the same time?
Yeah, because they both bake at 200 and
Yeah.
they both go in for around 30 minutes.
Okay. Now, if you want them medium rare, you just take them out earlier.
Take them out earlier.
Okay.
Yes.
So we just put that aside.
So now that the cauliflower has been sitting in the dressing for about 15 minutes, we can now pour it into the dish.
Okay, just pour it in.
So they've got to be on single file, so try not to have cauliflower sitting on top of
Okay.
one layer.
Okay.
Perfect. And then both the lamb and the cauliflower can go in together for
Okay.
half an hour.
I'll put that in. I'll put this one in first. Okay, so that goes in for half an hour.
Yes, it does.
And what else do we have to do?
When the cauliflower comes out, just sprinkle it with some Parmesan cheese to serve.
Oh, this is easy. All we have to do now is plate up and eat. Leah, I'd like to thank you for coming and sharing your great recipes with us.
It's my pleasure to be here.
So give us a run through. Now for entree, what did you make for us?
I made a beetroot and spinach tart.
I love little tarts, don't I? Beetroot tarts we're talking about.
Yes.
And for our main?
Main meal, I made pine nut and honey crusted lamb cutlets with roasted cauliflower,
Beautiful, with a touch of lemon, eh?
touch of lemon
Oh,
and
beautiful.
Parmesan cheese.
Beautiful. And for our super dessert?
That was the one I made the name of, just called it apple slice. Tastes amazing.
Tastes really, really good. We've had a little bit of a snack. We'd like to thank all our sponsors. Without them, this is never possible. Now, on our web, www.charlieskitchen.com.au, you can find out where to get our hats. We've got Charlie Kitchen hats, aprons, and all our books. There's only one thing to do now, Leah.
And that's to eat.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bon appetit.
Who cooked that? Charlie? I'll give you the chop.
I'll give you the chop. Have my little thing, a little thing, then we'll have some little things here. A bit of this. Okay, you ready? Leah, would like to.
Charlie's Kitchen is brought to you by all these local companies. Is that okay, Dad?
That's fine, Grace. Thank you.